that case, they might need another
team pick.
to break the core.
Ranger.
They want to drow.
Alright.
Okay, so they did go with the offlane venom.
Oh.
Alright, I was gonna say, yeah, drow strat, great cheese, and then LDI just topping it off with exotic deer picking up the brood mothers. And correct me if I'm wrong, but there's not a whole lot that SFTe-sports has against that.
I'll take your drow and raise you a brood mother.
Well, okay. In this game, they have to lane Niqua against exotic deer. It just has to be that way. The only because Venom and Niqua has to scale Venomous Gale. It's the only way that allows them to quickly control the spiders and kill them out in their webs. And if they ever get dust on the broodmother, then she's dead because she won't be able to phase while that DOT is on her. And then they can run her down with whatever heroes they bring in.
Before I keep going, quick message from our sponsors. We'll be right back.
Prepare for battle.
Right, we are back. Japs and Alessandro both got the wards out, and now they're just hitting each other in the face because they can. Alessandro, he's not gonna win this one with the W out, but he's getting some help, Nisha. Just shooing Japs away for now.
Interesting. I wonder if
What the hell was that?
That was Thompson.
God damn it, Thompson.
Killing the cold snap first.
Oh, that's interesting.
He's killed Cold Snap first. Drow Ranger went ahead and got Aura before interacting with anybody. I guess it sort of helped the... was Silencer fighting with them? And Venomancer already leveled Gale. It's kind of interesting to see everybody already decide what abilities they're going to have before interacting with the enemies. But I don't think in this case it's necessarily that bad. You're probably not going to use anything else other than those ones.
The battle begins.
Yeah. I mean, Thompson just might want to be conservative with by having the not purity. He's going to have the Drow Aura power, so he's leaving himself open. You know, Crosswex build it desires. Doesn't know where this is landing just yet. So, but they have to expect that it's going to come. There it is. Immediately drops down the sentry. Exotic Deer does not have one out right now. I don't think the Exotic Deer saw, but with that movement you might just kind of figure now that there's...
Yeah, he's getting hit, so yeah,
it's,
he's buying two in fact to just counter that out. Are you saying that?
Oh, one thing you can do to scout for a sentry is you just right click on the enemy hero when you're nearby the creeps and then
hang on. They're coming from Hatos down here, just chasing him all the way inside the other part of the trees. He's salving up and now trying to make his way back, and as a result he'll actually be able to survive this.
Don't you dare.
It's so funny to see.
Yeah, we actually saw this exact same lane at the start last game with the Earthshaker and the Batrider. So maybe these teams have been scrimming this sort of thing and found a lot of success with these two heroes together at the start of the game, and then the Earthshaker going back to roam around after finding some security for the Batrider.
Yeah, you generally want to at least give your Batrider a level 2. You could have just started down here just to pull it back in this. Hopefully maybe they have some out of position, that amount down, but and now that Fatos has hit level 2, they can start to maybe fight. Clockwork hasn't leveled anything just yet, so he's still waiting to see if he needs to save or hold to go first.
Yeah, if he can wrap around, cock somebody in. Even Pathos, because like Silencer, decently strong already with the Glaives of Wisdom on top of the Drow Aura, so it's a lot of harassment, and depending on the situation, he might just be able to get the kill himself. But right now, he's in a bit of trouble. Does get the cockpit off and the TP all the way back to base, but yeah, look at this Katzo, there's a lot of damage. Force the TP out himself.
The one note is that in lane,
Oh god, no.
Nikwa
How?
running down Rubik.
Savage wrecked.
I think Rubik just got out of position trying to trade. Get Evamus Gale with Drought or with poison thing, you just die. Rubik only has 1 armor, so if he falls. Meanwhile, mid.
You don't want to
I missed both of these kills so far.
Okay, there's a lot that can happen.
Oh, look at these Spiderlings actually going hammer clockwork. Look at get the kill.
Dead.
This is so
A lot of
hilarious.
Yeah, it's actually surprising that Thompson fell here during how
They're gonna go again. The fissure block onto Thompson, the body. Oh, gets a tornado off, only very low level though. And now turn around though with the cold snap with the damage over time. Silence is actually gonna be Katsu who's falling. First +2 of the game for the intelligence.
Let's take a look at top lane though. Looks like one of these heroes might be about to go down.
Oh yeah, Nisha, he's... Oh wow, what? He's... Maybe she ate the mango. And healed. Alisage is still trying to finish off the skill, but Nikwa only does have the last ward blocking him off. And now, well, Clockwork, he's helping Alisage. Again, he's finding himself in a bit of a rough position.
Uh-oh.
But Nisha's back, that is at last. Oh, last right click level up, he's ticking out to the hot stopper aura of all things.
Funny little interaction play over there.
Yeah, this game is starting like the last one ended. It's even different teams.
I think there's a lot less mistakes happening per se in these teams, and just a lot of like surprise factors.
Neff calling them out.
I don't mean that. it's everybody makes little execution errors and stuff like that. It's like my girl Miley says, everybody makes mistakes. Everybody has those days.
I so knew you were gonna bring that line.
Oh, Miley. You get me.
I'm done.
Top lane, Alisage, wraparound on Nikwa. Does have to lift into Nisha. A little bit of extra damage. I think they can actually make a kill out of this. Especially with the Gale hitting them.
Yeah, that Rubik might die though. This Venomancer has 6 wand charges, never mind. Just missed the Gale. TPing back out. Alright, so where are we at right now? Who's actually winning this early game? Because I have no idea. Broodmother. Broodmother's winning.
Well, net worth is fairly even right now. Prison's like speed slightly to the Dire, but in terms of last hits, where's we are at last hits? Dire, for sure. Yeah, in the mid lane it is. Drow is still be able to get all the farm that she wants. Pretty content.
I'm not sure.
Be a full level ahead though, and Katzel once again coming in. He can, if he hits another fish, I think Thompson's just straight up dead. He's going for the Quas Wax, just had the tornado available to try and deal with these Spiderlings, but at what point is that enough damage?
Not sure. Yeah, it really limits what this Clockwork can do. He sort of has to sit behind the Invoker and make sure he's safe.
Cold snap, captured by the cause, UMP. Fine hard bounce. Castro will end up falling this. But at what cost? To lift, and there's the spiders coming in. Thompson in a little trouble. It'll be a 1-for-1 trade in favor of let's do it. And even the region runes, Exotic Diaz even back up to full health and mana.
Absolutely disgusting. This Broodmother is just able to do whatever he wants. This is exactly the sort of thing we saw at TI out of Liquid though. And they just completely dominated with the Broodmother. Last pick Broodmother, like, you overlook that, it's game losing. Well, not game losing, I'd just more say being able to...
Tower! Look at this tower just melt. This is 6.5 minutes in. And Thompson, he's in trouble again. Alisage used the plate bomb sort of to lift though. So it's actually in a bit of trouble. The tower will finish him off. But they don't get Thompson this time. Bit of a misplay.
I mean, Thompson's dealing with this Broodmother in a pretty decent way. They had the Invoker. They were in a pretty bad position overall. What heroes they had to deal with the Broodmother. So we just switched up from the default Invoker build to the really old one that isn't really viable anymore, but is a lot better than what he would have otherwise, because he'd be too slow to get away from the Broodmother.
Belladon's in trouble. TV will be cancelled. burning out eventually. There it is.
That's something else I was going to get into real quick with the amount of things that need to commit mid to deal with his broodmother. Despite all the farm that this drow is getting, they can just run tons of heroes at her and kill her, shut her down. They just have to commit too many resources to the broodmother, else the brood gets ahead. So they can't protect the drow ranger.
Can't protect, can't attack.
Wanna go again? Wildling's attack. Ah, he's in this. Don't actually have to touch me for the ghost
They
ward.
might be able to get Elisha. No, they cannot.
Radiant's bottom
Gotta clear
tower
protecting
is
the
under
support.
attack.
Oh,
The problem with Invoker is that he only has 2 spells Firelink, but he does farm a good chunk of them.
yeah.
But this tower does seem like a... Oh! Oh, I didn't get it. Question mark.
Yeah, he just gets a deny off, so well played by him. This is awful as a position in this Invoker is doing. He's staying calm and dealing with the best way he can, so pretty impressive by him to be able to like just survive being in this lane and stop the broodmother from completely dominating the game. I mean, like, I imagine in the hands of a different Invoker player, or like, if it wasn't for his thinking and
Radiant's top tower is under
builds,
attack.
this game would have already been... I'm not going to say we already would have been lost, but they'd be in a much worse position than they are now, so my respect to him for how he's playing.
Denied.
Yep. Blocker Paladin, spiders finishing off jabs. The cogs are there, but they are really doing too much. That's going to be a clean sweep, especially with the massive being used. They drop the Clockwork too. The tornado though. Maybe I spoke too soon. Clockwork proving to be quite tanky, but it's not enough. There it is. Triple kill for Exotic D now. Yeah. Yeah. Invoker caught up in some blasters, but the majority of those are actually spiderlings, so he's still more than 1k gold behind Exotic here.
Radiant's
We got
bottom
also gonna
tower
take this
is
time.
under attack.
Alright, one thing that we haven't been paying that much attention to this game, because everything else in this game has been a lot more entertaining and probably more impactful as well, as the top lane, the matchup. It's pretty much just been 1v1 most of the time, the Venomancer versus the Necrophos here. How are both these heroes doing? What do you think, Foxy?
For me.
Heal extended for Nisha. Silence now across, stolen from the Rubik. Keep the Venomancer and the actual Silencer from continuing the aggression.
Just doesn't have it though.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Thompson actually going for the kill on this Sugar bottom. Does actually manage to run away though, and the Broodmother came down for him. So didn't quite get the kill, but he forced a rotation with the Broodmother, so well played for him.
Top lane might see something here. They have level 6 on the Clockwork. He's smoked up and he's looking for Nisha. They have a bit of extra vision here with that Sub-Zero Ward, but we jump on very here right now. So instead they go for Rubik. Tosses him out, but that'll be another +2. Only second +2 for Silence of this game as well.
Radiant's bottom
Dealing with that
tower is
also
under
quite
attack.
admirably so far.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Oh, the glyph. Oh, they missed the glyph. So cool. What did they? What?
No, that
The
was
tower went down, the glyph
was-
afterwards, but it's not on cooldown. What? I'm so confused.
Dire kills tower, radiant structures are fortified. Oh right, it resets 1 second afterwards. So if your timing is slightly off, then you get your flip again.
Oh man, that's so annoying.
I don't know. I don't make the mechanics. If I did, this game would be perfect, I'm sure though. Mm-hmm.
Alright, where do we go from here? Clockwork's still looking for his hookshot. Or another hookshot, I should say. Exotic D is still farming. He's got like a 12 minutes Desolator on top of the medallion, so that's what, 17 armor minus?
Yeah. A lot of minus armor. Many.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
It's gonna bring draw ranger to exactly 0, so it's a pretty decent spot now. Top lane pressure a little bit, Nico on the side, and the silence actually comes out on the Rubik. He's in trouble. He will take out perhaps the silencer. But now Broodmother appearing. Katsu's actually dropping so low to all his damage over time. Where are the Spiderlings? He had a whole army of them, but now Exotic here all left alone to his own devices against 5 heroes. They're gonna be able to bring him down. Even popping the ultimate for it.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
It's
Dire's
questionable.
structures are fortified.
Still not got rid of the Spiderlings, or the majority of them, I think.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
With the tower going down, so it's worse than that.
Rubik just overcommitted for that one, and he died. His team has just been doing so well, decided they were going to keep going, but they got punished really hard for that. I'm really impressed with the Radiant team here.
Yeah. Yep.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So basically this next smoke drop rounds. Not gonna find anybody immediately. Dies as well. Not gonna get anything by the looks of it.
Well got it.
Alright. Might catch a silence on the Clockwork here now in the middle lane, especially since Jab's revealed himself, but Pardo's not going for the blink.
Looking at this everywhere, all over the map right now, they just wasted smoke, wasted tons of time, all the while Radiant team was farming during that, so they're losing the advantage that they had in the early game more and more as this game goes on, just from trying to force fights. I mean, they're trying to press their advantage, but Radiant team over here is just like, they're responding so well to everything that they're doing. It's actually pretty impressive.
Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Necronomicons. Sorry. Yeah, the Invoker. Just given how the Dire team over here is like trying to 5v5 split push. I mean, not split push, 5v5 versus the Radiant here. It might be really good because right now they can sort of use the Clockwork Draw Ranger to Venom to zone the enemies, dodge fights and stuff like that, and if they do a bad smoke ink while Invoker's pushing a lane with his Necrobook, just being Invoker, he's going to take down a tower very, very quickly, especially with the Drow Aura. So it might not actually be that bad.
To get Roche, in TP top, so he now gets caught out. Gonna look to turn us around here. The slows are real. Badrider will end up falling. Pathos. Not exactly the way that they wanted that to go down. The hookshot now onto Exotic D as well as Nisha. Dust comes through. Deer. I'll also be able to walk across here now with all those webs. That'll be that. Meanwhile, okay, Thompson finishes off the Rubik too, so Shrine can't even stick around to fight there because this is a very scary lineup. chasing them. The Gale actually connects onto Nisha. That's not force up. Get him on the tier 2s.
Has fallen.
Tier 1 will fall just now in the meantime. Very strong performance here though. Very strong power peak right now for Let's Do It.
Everything SFT or
SFT, yeah, that's what I meant.
everything SFT is doing, just they're responding perfectly to the Dire team here. I should probably stop just like getting off to this though, and focus more on actual analyzing. I'm just pretty impressed with their gameplay given how the early game was and the circumstances that they were given. They recovered from the early game perfectly, and now are like controlling the map. So they seem to know exactly everything that's on the Dire team's mind and respond to it the best way possible every time.
Radiant are scanning.
Yep. Gonna get the Necrobooks too, so a little bit of extra gold to shrine up to repair the damage. Thompson still chasing. But decides otherwise. He's all alone. The rest of the team said, nope, one farm elsewhere.
I mean,
He's just dead. I'll deal to it. Yeah, that'll get rid of the spiders.
I mean, kinda.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
So you continue though. I don't want to interrupt.
Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh,
Dire's bottom tower is fortified.
Katsuo, he echo slammed before the blink. I don't know what that was.
Unlucky.
Yeah. It's
It was
just
unlucky.
lag, and now it gets run down with the cold snap, the urn, and the necrobugs. He's actually dead.
Yeah, and then
Not really working well so far. Well, let's do it.
looks like they're just starting to crack into the pressure and things like that. Brood Mother's like not getting things done quickly enough. Like after finishing the Desolator and the Medallion farm just slowed down so much. Now she's going for the BKB, but I don't think it's going to help that much by the time she does get it. There's going to be too many other problems to deal with. Her having a BKB isn't as important as something else.
Well, to win that fight against Darkwalker is kind of solo, and now Lasso here onto the sun, so he gives himself an extra freebie. So this tends to help. The courier?
Radiant's courier has been killed.
It's a veil recipe on it. Looking for the secret shop. SFT, now they're the ones who are stumbling a little bit here and there.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Bit of a mistake there. Down at bottom lane, you're probably going to see that right
Thompson is just playing solo right now. This
Radiant's
Quas
middle
Wax
tower
maxed out.
is under attack.
You have the urn, you have the necrobooks, there's plenty of damage instances that Thompson himself can provide to work in conjunction with the cold snap, and someone like Batrider doesn't even have a 4-star just yet.
Radiant's top tower
Cannot
has
play
been
against it at all.
denied. Dire's top tower is under attack.
He tried it last time and it didn't work out, so wants to redeem himself. Yeah.
I'll take that.
down at bottom lane.
Mine at last.
Oh, hold the thought, they're gonna go onto the Necrophos, making his way out with the Force Staff now. TP's through. Broodmother, Earthshaker, Exodia, plops down one of these nets. Needs another one to catch up to Silencer. Come on, Nuke should do the trick, and now this, the Earthshaker will set it up. The Silencer will little. Well, revealing the fact that he's still up here. Gonna get him now as well. Another net. Meanwhile, the back here, the Scythe. Really gonna get a kill. The Tornado EMP on Tanisha, and is in a little bit of trouble. Gonna get brought down. So is Illidan in the back. Nisha's actually still alive. I forgot how you can't just kill the Necrophos like that. And almost got the clockwork. Damn.
Yeah.
Thought he was dead for sure. in the middle of that. It's not.
Looks like the Dire team is showing that the Radiant aren't invincible. They don't know everything. Jarvanger making a little bit of a mistake there, turning back around to try and kill the, or trying to save the Silencer, and ended up paying the price for it.
Those will find the lasso here. Counter initiation from Nikwa. Global Silence to try and help out as well. They have nothing to throw up against it. The dust is on top, so can they catch up to him? Broodmother trying their best, but the reason needed was Scythe, which is going to cool down. Unfortunate. But at the very least, they had to force out the Global Silence. And they get the Necrobooks. Invoker keeps feeding them. Nisha got 400 gold off of that just now. You have to be careful with these.
Yeah. As far as the, I think you were talking about Radiant here needing to group up and push. I probably disagree with that. Like, I think like the whole reasoning behind going, like kind of, but at the same time, like they don't have the best ways of dealing with like the Radiant team fight with the Bat Rider. They can kidnap a hero in that 5v5 situation. They have the Earthshaker, who was Echo Slam, could stun out the whole team. Necrophos obviously very good in team fights, and he's going Radiant, so he's going to be even stronger. So I think Radiant know that, and they're just doing their best to kind of split them up and make them make a choice between going for a gank and taking a hero or defending against the Invoker. And that's why the Invoker went Necrobook, so he did that slightly stronger split push. Yeah, I mean there's I'd say there's a million different ways to play Dota 2 though, which is why it makes this game amazing. It's never a right choice and a wrong choice. There's like 5 million choices you can make. And some of them, neither of them.
Some of them lead to the death of a Rubik. There it is. Alisage cancel with counter initiation, and they find the Venom out of the silence. And it's gotta be enough. The lasso there onto the draw ranger. The hook shots though. BKB and Broodmother coming in to try and turn things around, but they need to decide on target. Illidan not quite dying to sight, but after the fact he does, and the clockwork also being run down. This is turning into a disaster. Exotic D is still going, but now this arm brought down. Another right click is needed, but they can't get it. Nisha! Oh, never mind. I spoke too soon. Somehow that connected. Or maybe it's the Radiance. And the Hotstop Aura. Oh no.
Yeah, that was the lingering Radiance. It lasts just a moment longer after you're out of it, because all auras last, or most auras last an extra 0.5 seconds.
Yeah. It's like the fountain aura, just also lingering. Yeah. I don't know. The technology isn't there to do it any differently.
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah. There's certain things that they've changed to do in different reasons. They leave it like that intentionally. I think, what was it? I think they changed disruptors so when you leave it, it doesn't linger. Anyways.
Let's refocus here. So, let's do it back in the game now with these kind of kills.
Sort of. I feel like Radiant are making a couple of mistakes slipping up with what they're doing in the split push. they aren't taking. Their positioning isn't quite right because they aren't taking advantage of them going onto them quite as well as they could. I might be wrong about that though. I am not right about everything.
Need more confidence in it.
It's
Just
definitely
have to go out in the world and say, all right, this is what I think. This is why I'm right.
I solved Dota. All of you are wrong. I should be on the stage.
I mean, it's fine if you say I don't know everything, but as a caster you have to appear like you do. Sometimes.
Absolutely not. That's how I stopped growing.
I'll
All
take
right.
that.
Roshan is up. It's been scouted out. So it is LDI trying to set up for that now in a safe fashion, but SFT also conscious of that same fact.
All right, so
Where do you go from here?
Our scan.
where do we go from here?
Who's gonna be aggressive next?
All right.
Coin.
Yeah. Yeah. If he wasn't ghost walking there, then Patros might have been able to find the blink last one. This time around they would have had the instant fallout to blow him up. But no joy there.
Yeah, I don't think the Drow Ranger can be so close to the Invoker when Invoker is split pushing. I feel like that is a little bit of a mistake because it's letting the other lanes pushing when they could be taking advantage of that a little bit.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Right now, trying to
Radiant's
look at
bottom
this
tower is
from
under attack.
perspective of both teams. All right, I'll riddle this for one side for each of you.
Tower is under
If you're
attack.
drag and drop, if you're on Radiant, what do you need to do to win this game? What's your win condition?
Huh. I was hoping you wouldn't have to answer these kind of questions in a TriCast.
Oh,
but,
come on.
I think you just need to find the initiation, keep the lanes pushed out, then find initiation with the clockwork, just start blowing people up with the Invoker, and take objectives after that. So it's fairly straightforward in my eyes for Gradient, but yeah, DFB, go on. Can't silence the right clicks. And now that's the opening that we're looking for to get this Roshan pit. Just slitted with webs, this entire area. Very scary to go into indeed. And well, Thompson, he's feeling that. Absolutely.
Looks like, yeah, they take the Roshan like Thompson has been playing out of his mind, but he can only do so much.
Did you see that? Patos, great play, blinking right in the path of the hook. They saw the rockets and were expecting this kind of steal attempt. Rubik ended up dying in mid because he extends. That was pretty good. Not gonna lie. Yep.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Wow. That is... I have no idea that was a thing. Just another one of these...
Well-gotten gains.
Okay.
Interesting. That must be probably the way that mechanic works is the Mask of Madness.
Illidan.
Berserk
Out.
is
Cats are
tied.
blinking right on top of him, trying to provide the control. Nisha's there as well. For the damage, he does get the Scythe of an illusion. That's not ideal. Katsu dies. Nisha now feeling the whole wrath of the right clicks. Eats the cheese though, so will be just fine. Debated they sail the Sash. Oh, it doesn't have to be EKB. It comes up, becomes jobs and jabs, dies, so all the damage over time. Exotic Deer says hello. Nick Webb forced up back and forth. 2 for 2 trade. Illidan still super low, but they have no way of catching up to him now after all is said and done. Hardot unwilling to overcommit there, rightfully so. That was weird how that worked out. You turn around, yeah. Yeah. Yep. It's a bit unintuitive.
Dire are scanning.
It's a feature.
Killed
Increases-
months at this time.
Increases the skill
I
cap
think
of the
it
game.
does, yeah.
Come on, man.
Radiant's
Yeah,
top tower
it's
is
I
under
think it's
attack.
because you're trying to target like the position of your own hero and you're slightly ahead of where you were before, something like that. I don't know.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Voka with the creep skip prevents any sort of high ground attempt, even if they were thinking about it. I mean, they have the Aegis still on the boot model despite having had to use the cheese on their on Misha. How far can they go here, do you think? How far can they go?
The Dire team.
LDI. Yeah.
Yeah. As
Like
far as pushing
can they go
the-
high ground right now,
Yeah.
or do they like have something?
Mm. Plus, looks like Thompson, he's heading behind creep waves, he's cutting them, killing the waves, Drow Rangers split pushing elsewhere most of the time. So they're in constant threat of their base getting pushed in if they try and group up and fight the enemies. So that's something else that's preventing them as well, but they should probably try and make a use out of the Aegis while they still have it. Well,
Circle finds Kato, Misha is there, Echo Slam being used, desperately trying to make a trade out of it, and they will be able to before the global silence, not jabs. Oh, well. He just exposes himself. Another right click and the burns will be enough for double kill from Asia. So one point shade. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, they were also just trying to find each other. Sash has his own set of wards now. Throw out against Nikwa, and I don't know about this one. He does have some help coming, but so did Nikwa. Oh, but what? Wait. I swear there was an invoker there, guys. He. Holy crap. Pretty much. That was... Fight recap doesn't actually show how much damage he did, unfortunately. Maybe we'll have another one in a moment.
Alright, looks like we have a pause here.
Thanks for that expert analysis.
You're welcome. No one else, no one had to say it, so I had to.
I can't read, so I don't know. I can't read, so I don't know that the game is paused right now. Just can't read the sign in the middle. What? Okay.
Alright, so right now it looks like Radiant team is really trying a lot harder to keep these lanes pushed in, so they're playing a little bit more dangerous. Thompson as well, forced to be a little bit more dangerous. He had Lincoln Sphere queued up until just a moment ago. Now it looks like he wants to build a BKB so he can split push around the map. Boots of Travel is something else that's going to be super important for him. If he had that, I think they would have been able to get more damage off on one of the Raxes. Jar Ranger as well is going to need Boots of Travel. Like as soon as they use a teleport, what the enemy team can do is the enemy team has a lot easier time split push. I mean, grouping up as 5 and pushing into the base as soon as their TPs. Jar's gonna get punished right here.
Yeah, they need a few more clicks for him. Oh, look at this pop. How much damage did Exardia do? 2,565. Yeah. Comes to push actually. No one's in position to really defend this. Well, not against the Gale though. The spiders are taken care of, but there's still plenty of heroes. He has 3 heroes down on the side of the SFT. They don't want to buy back for this. They might have to here. The tier 3 will be forfeit. Eventually. Oh, Nikwa coming in. Also on a couple of heroes here. Stolen is the Gale. Alistash, pretty beautiful spells speed to throw out. No, Nisha going in, gets a 1 at the very least. Jabs can run him down as well. Instead, focusing on Nikwa. Double kill. Oh, good kills to get to. Now he might be in a bit of trouble. Necrobox right next to him. He doesn't care though. He's the Necrophos. Just gonna get rid of them. Another 400 gold. Split between Exotic D and Nisha. Now they have still have that opening to go for the main rats. Reaper will only get rid of the creeps as they dodged it. The tornado also missing. Full set of racks. That's where they probably want to call it quits. So still keep going here to find Illidan. The buyback comes out only now to Global Science, but once again not enough to keep him safe. He pops one more time. Another buyback. Now finally LDI choosing to try and get the hell out there. The Echo Slam, a little bit weird. Don't think it quite connected on a lot of people. Now Katsa just dies. Nisha with another W if necessary here, but where's the heals? They're not there. The Cold Snap is enough for the damage over time. Sunstrike not even needed. They do get that particular Pinata popped. 1100 gold for Jabs. He was not one of the guys who bought back, so he got the full load of it. That is repelled, but at what cost? He still lost the racks.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Trying to force out the buyback from the Necrophos.
The best thing they can do right now is push to force out the buyback, retreat, then do Roshan if they can. Otherwise, they take a Rax here.
Oh, they gotta go. Lasso on Zhao, follow up, he control. The Clockwork trying to help him out, but it's so deep, he's gonna die. That's a dieback. Not gonna be there for another 90 seconds. Alistar stole the Venomancer ultimate, throwing it out, keeping the rest of them away, forcing the TPs. Katsor ends up dying to jabs. Damage over time. Alistar, well, he's stopping. What was that? Bad Rider dies to a Sunstrike in the middle of freaking nowhere. The gem on the ground. I got a bit confused on that fight, I'm sorry.
That's fine.
But the courier should be able to pick that back up.
Well-gotten gains.
Ooh, wow. This is a successful defense though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Even though the buyback was yeah.
Yeah, you take this pretty quickly, then they just probably run over the enemy team as their buybacks start to become limited. I mean,
surely not. Ocean. There's EMP. Not catching anybody. Guardians outside of it. Oh, actually forcing them outside of the pit. Exotic D actually taking quite a bit of damage, but now BKBs come out. Nisha as well as Thompson. Just have to wait it out. And he's forced to retreat. And they refocus back towards Roshan. We do have Clockwork on the top, so maybe he's... Yeah, there's a bunch of fighting, so I should be able to block him instead of poke. So yeah, blinking back in. Blinking through, but Roshan is dead. Radiant actually got it! I think Clockwork got it with Rocket or Sunstrike, one of those.
Sunstrike.
Yeah.
Thompson God.
What a game. Still have Aegis and Chiefs though, and all that we're really looking for.
Yeah. Thompson. It's pretty funny that he managed to get that though.
Yeah.
I'm super impressed with his gameplay this game. I feel like regardless of whoever wins, he is the MVP.
Oh yeah.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Top lane being pushed out on the dive side of the map. It's gonna reach a tower before long unless somebody responds to it. And if nothing else, SFT, they have some decent creep clear. Takes a one push up to the high ground. Papas inside will be brought to justice with a little scale. No blink for him. And SFT have time set up like that, they're gonna have a hard time just breaking high ground if they realize it too.
Yeah, they managed to take out the, I don't know, they didn't really manage to do much there. They hit the tier 3 a couple times. I guess right now they just take map control, look for a couple other items they need to be able to win this game. Rubik's having something blown over right now, it's just teleports brawl.
Necrophos, look at him actually, he's going for a refresher rather than some sort of axe pickup.
Interesting choice.
Radiant's top shrine has fallen.
Coin for me.
Yeah. Buyback status. Useful tool.
Venomancer and Drow still 2.5 minutes out. Bought back at pretty much the same time. The rest of them have buyback available, especially important on the Dota. Buyback control.
Yeah, I mean, the Refresher Orb does a lot of other things to him as well. I mean, he can go Shroud twice. Well, I think the biggest thing that he's going to be doing here is he'll be using 2 BKBs and 2 Rebirth Sights. That's all there is to it. 2 Shivas as well. Like, being able to BKB twice, he Magic Immune for 7 plus 6 now, so he's Magic Immune for 13 seconds.
Blinks here and there. Patos doesn't get the lasso off, but with the BKB he should be able to walk his way out despite the right clicks. Tornado actually hitting on 3 people. Meatballs, EMP. Not gonna be enough. Just took a little bit too long to get in position for that one.
And they just have to leave now. They tried to lasso it, failed. Insatiable Hunger on cooldown, Black King Var on cooldown. Just didn't work there.
My breed triples.
Yes.
Double damage.
Yeah, I mean, the issue with that is just that if Clockwork hooks your backline while that happens, Travel Ranger just autos down your Brood. And nobody can save her. So. Yeah, I think even with the BKB, just separated from the team, it's not really worth the risk.
Well, we can see now, Draw Ranger, first scythe, global silence comes through, but the lasso BKB dragging her all the way back. Where's the follow-up? Still burning, still super low, right in the loving arms of Counter Pathos. Yeah, they'll be able to finish him off. The Venomont's ultimate coming through after the fact. A couple of BKBs already used, Nico using his own, cleaning up the backlines a little bit. Exotic did, at the same time he died to Thompson, I guess. Yeah, he killed him, getting a killing spree, and on the side with the stolen ultimate, not really doing too much. It is actually, let's do it, who are losing this fight right now. Nisha, he's back. Does have the refresher, does have another BKB. Look for Thompson actually, who's still ticking out. He got the Venomonster ultimate on top of him, stolen from the Rubik, and now turnaround on the actual Venomonster. Nisha, still alive, making the straight somewhat better, but at the same time, they didn't get any extra damage up on her tower, but...
Yeah, I mean,
all of the cores are down. Nisha do something else here?
they could have bought back on Broodmother and then just sent her into the hitting the tower or something like that. That is a pretty risky play. In that situation, the Invoker buys back as well. And they must not know that the Drow Ranger doesn't have it, so they're playing it as safe as possible.
Yeah. He's just actually doing a significant amount of damage to the tower here, knowing that he cannot really be killed by the two heroes that are alive. But we'll actually be able to almost bring it down.
Yeah, he'll bring it down.
Yeah. What makes this whole shebang worth it, especially if they can get some more kills. No more Reaper Scythe. And have a bit of extra damage. 4-star forward, right on top of the Drow Ranger. Hurricane Pike back, and now the Cock hook shot on 2 with the Cogs. That was just unnecessary overextension there, going for that extra kill. Not working out for them this time.
Top lane getting pushed in right now. They don't really have any heroes that can go up there and take advantage of that. So I guess they're just taking the tower. Drow Ranger actually has 4 range creeps. Oh my. Okay.
It was all for the long con, guys. Hey, we killed 2 heroes. They're surely not gonna kill our Drow Ranger, so if you can follow.
Yeah, I was just gonna say right there, one thing like you could have done with all those ranged creeps is like 4 or 5 of them pushing that tower as Drow didn't use precision aura. Yeah. I think that tower would have gone down if she did.
Smoking back the hookshot on on the spiders. He does have Agnum Scepter, so it's not the biggest deal in the world. Well, 3 on 3. Invoker's up and running though, it's crucial.
I mean, Nick's like a major part of this team fight as well, so with him down I don't think they really want to take a fight that much. Yeah. Slow and steady.
Need to hit the Necrobooks. Sorry, yeah, with the spiders. A lot of gold.
Looks like I just want to chip away at the range trash and spiraling.
Every little bit helps.
I'm not so sure about that. I think hitting spiralings is helps the rating it more than the and there's 150 range tracks damage helps the dire.
Don't understand that.
Just don't get it enough.
Kills me nothing. Even heroes or spiderlings.
Firelings. Firelings don't matter. Raxes do.
Dire are scanning.
Alright. We are heading into this ultra late game scenario pretty damn soon. Yeah. Are there any more big crucial core items on either side that you're looking forward to now? I actually hold that thought. Hook shot there onto Rulik. Should be able to take him out first, and they do. Nisha coming in, doesn't get to use the BKB straight off the bat, so now he just straight up dies with right clicks. That's BKB seals from SFT at the same time though. And he does a buyback. Zark deal, BKB, TP, nothing to cancel it. Oh shit, just a little bit too late.
If they managed to get that one, that would have been pretty big.
Yeah.
He would have been, he could have bought, would have been very good, forcing the buyback on the Broodmother, like, the killer again after that, like, threatens them to lose the game. Impressive play by them to be able to catch the enemies out like that and take a good team fight. But as far as big items go, I think right now Invoker and Jara Ranger both very much need Boots of Travel. They just starve for gold, this Jara Ranger. She has the items she has, and it's too dangerous for her to farm anywhere. And the enemies want to kill her right away, so I don't think she's going to be finding that much gold for the rest of this game.
And Glasso, it's part of the big reason. The hook shot it back here onto Katsu, trying to take him out of the fight. There's no Echo Slam. No buyback either to bring it back into play. Nisha, he used the buyback, so they will turn things around. They got the Drow, they got the Clockwork. Tornado will be dodged for the most part. Thompson, too far away at this point to really be caught up with, I think. It's successful defense of Tau even still stays alive with this commitment from the Drow. They're just using it as cannon fodder at this point. Sulkiras in the works on the Broodmother. So it's like the itemizing to be this, perhaps this next frontline hero. Walk in with a 5-second BKB, hit it once or twice, and bring down a Rax like that.
Kinda. I mean, they still have an answer for even that. Clockwork Hook. He has Aghanim Scepter. Throw the Clockwork Hook in, cogs the guy, force staff yourself out, repeat. And it becomes a little bit scary, even for a BKB Broodmother, to be walking up there, hitting the Rax. So, I mean, but if you're a BKB, you can't be force staffed. So.
Going for Roche, so scattered out by Sunstrike, but it's only 3 on 5 right now. Still, not really committing too hard on it. Our Ranger coming back is a big win to the lineup. Don't say hoping for this extra pick of jabs. Proving himself in a moment. Pathos with the blink. The Stitcher will connect, but just a little bit unsynchronized. Alex already even has a DP rune spawn up there. That's useful for any sort of fight. Very tense situation. Everyone's back up and running now for both teams. Clockwork with the last one to catch up. Roshan not particularly low right now. Let's do it. They're gonna call it quits. Wrapping around, finding a different angle into this fight. And Severe Firefly, Pathos, this blink will be cancelled there. Yeah.
Yeah, I sure love playing Dota 2 when I'm just in the air.
Committing here, finds Pathos, Glow with Silence, hook shot coming through onto Necrophos here. Again, holding on to the BKB for a little while, now the lasso just to create some chaos here if nothing else. Onto Illidan to get one, that's Clockwork, buying back a secondary Scythe, finishes off Drow, no buyback on her, now Exotic Deer looking for his next target. Invoker is in a lot of trouble, and so is Jabs, he cannot help out. He will be another casualty. And this might just be the fight to end the game. He does have buyback still, so does a Silencer, but no Drow Ranger. Again, for another 100 seconds. That double Scythe working in their favor right now, and there is mass buybacks. There's no Echo Slam either, no more Scythe again for another 70 seconds. Thinkable Hunger will come back, and so will the lasso, but now at the very least they still have that time perhaps to go back into the Roach Pit, and that's exactly what they're doing.
I mean, it's just...
Do SFT contest this now?
They just can't. They do that, they lose Invoker, they lose the game. I think, maybe they feel like they're gonna lose anyway, and they make a play, just because they have to. I wouldn't blame them for trying to do something like that, but they're out of options. They're very much out of options. They're gonna need a miracle.
Dire's bottom shrine.
They're getting the Aegis because he doesn't have buyback, as opposed to the Root Mother. Now the Death push down mid. Smoke up, maximizing their chances. If they can catch Thompson here, the game's just straight up over.
Dire's bottom shrine is under attack.
Sash, getting the scouting it. Castle, there it is, the lasso. The hook shot, slowing us down a little bit, but he's still in a very bad position. Pops the BKB, but he dies to the right clicks. Exotic there. He started the game off with so many kills in the lane, and now he's winning them with the crucial ones, with the help of the rest of his team. Gonna go for the mega creeps. Playing it safe as Star Rangers coming back into the fray. Top racks will go down, and is there any reason for them to stop going on Nikwa? That is the ultimate BKB. Hook shot, another one coming through. Catches two in the middle of that. Little Sash, he will fall. Exotic there, kind of caught. Falls out of it, starts right click, but no more insatiable hunger. Actually just popped it, so that's where the damage is coming from. Clockwork almost falling as well. The extra nuke is actually going to be enough with a pop from the Bloodthorn. That's another dieback. It's only 2 people left in SFT. Don't think they can stop this Brood Mother as long as Castle's still back. He didn't even have to use Echo Slam for any of this. Still has it available, and then is the nuke down on the Venomon. So somehow he still had buyback, and Drow Rangers also came back. Got enough money, but they're up against Megas. And still up against 3 very nasty heroes. So you can always buy back TP in as well. Easily, and now, okay. That's another one. The Echo Slam, and this should be the end of it. SFT, don't want to call it. They're trying to hold on as long as they can, but this is a Drow Ranger. There's only so much you can do.
He's trying his darndest. Come on, man, you got to give that to him.
Yeah.
It's the no give up attitude. There we go. Thank you, folks.
What a game. Just under an hour after the last one, the game 3 of the last series. Was a similar caliber, yes.